Saturday call. My name is Meryem. I'm a 20-year-old student from Morocco, and this is the story of the most amazing summer of my life. Let's start with a flashback. I was just a normal teenager, living life for the moment. When I was in 10th grade, a group of internationals came to my high school. During 3 weeks, they held talk sessions, activities, everything that had to do with their cultures. Later on, I came to know that they were a part of this organization called AIESEC, and I've been eager to join it since then. So I had to wait until I graduate, but unfortunately I had to move to another city for my college studies, until one day, a new local chapter saw the day in my college itself. How awesome is that? I didn't care that it still had no experience, and I just jumped on the first thing they had to offer, an opportunity to volunteer abroad. I applied and got through. I've always had this cliche dream, which is traveling the world. But unlike most of the Arabic countries, a girl can't just pack her bags and go, so I never went abroad. But when I had the opportunity to do so, I chose to go as far as I could, and I didn't want my destination to be mainstream. Next thing I know, I'm on a plane to India. The trip was a little bit exhausting, but all I felt was excitement. Didn't sleep for a minute. When I got out from the airport in Delhi, I was melting.
Whew, man, it's hot. It's really, really hot. Like 45 degrees. Oh, I can't speak. Oh my god, I'm sweating. I'm waiting for the bus. Oh, the bus is waiting for me.
So I took that bus to Jalandhar, which was, by the way, the most comfortable bus I've ever been on. It took 8 hours to get there. I was picked up by Vishnu, this cute guy slash project manager slash EP buddy, whom I've been talking to long before I was there, and Saksham, one of the best people I got to meet. We went to the house I would live in, and there are these two Indian-looking girls on the front door. I said, "Hi, I'm Meryem from Morocco, nice to meet you." And one of them replied, "Salam, labas alik?" Me? Poker face. But on the inside, I was like, "Ah." And that's how I met Huda, a Moroccan girl that I didn't know existed back home, and Savashini, the Indian version of Rapunzel, my ultimate roommates. I apologize that the introduction was long. I had to tell you all of it. Okay, back to AIESEC stuff. I was first matched with the Rural Development Project, which had to do with awareness of education and child labor in rural areas. I started working with GNA IMT University on a college dropout study with 3 teammates from China. Unfortunately, due to heavy rains, we couldn't go to those rural areas. Therefore, the project got cancelled, and I was shifted to another one called AIESEC School of Languages, where I had the chance to teach French. That was the same project Huda was working on. Given the seriousness of the project, I didn't click any pictures of my students. Sorry. I'm just kidding. I was a cool teacher. And let me be honest, those people were like a sponge. Even though it was a completely foreign language to them, they were giving it their best, and they truly made me proud. Some of my students were faculty. That was challenging. Even though it was a bit awkward at first to tell a teacher that their answer was wrong, I managed to break the ice and everything was fine. And I just loved working with every single one of them. Besides volunteering, Huda and I used to travel every weekend. We went to Shimla, a breathtaking colorful village on the mountains, where we ditched our cab drivers just to go out and get lost in that beautiful place. And let me point something out. The man just got in our hotel room, wandered around for a while, started watching TV for like 10 minutes, asked us if everything was fine, and then just left. Is that something normal in India? Ha, never mind. We went to Kufri, got a 1 kilometer horseback ride uphill because that was the only way to get there. On the way down, I literally cried because it was too slippery and I thought I was gonna fall down. I'm glad I didn't. Next it was Tatapani, literally meaning hot water, which was a hot source next to a big river. We also went to Patankot, where we met 2 other Moroccan girls, Salwa and Fatim Zahra. One thing is for sure, Moroccans are everywhere. One night, out of the blue, my 2 roommates and I took the bus at 11 p.m. to Amritsar, where there is the Golden Temple. The moment I saw it, I was astonished. It was in this big lake kind of thing. There was this religious music and these lights everywhere. It was purely magical. My life paused for a while, It was so peaceful that it gave me goosebumps, in a good way. We spent the night there, lying on the floor, and the next morning we went straight back to the university. Oh my god, I just loved how we used to do that. But my favorite place was without a question, McLaughlin. It's a village also on the mountains, right above Dharamshala. I really don't know how to put it. It was the ideal place for me to be. We saw the Dalai Lama temple, we visited a meditation center, but the most interesting part was trekking. We walked around 10 kilometers uphill in 5 hours and a half. Okay, people normally do it in 4 hours, but my asthma got in the way. As we were climbing, the pressure was getting higher, and I couldn't breathe properly. Nevertheless, I made it! Biggest physical achievement of my life. The place is called Triond, no water and no electricity. We spent part of the night in a little fairy tale cottage, and the rest in a tent that we had to build twice because cows stepped on it the first time. The view from the top of that Himalayan mountain was priceless. Another magical thing about that place is this tiny restaurant called Welcome Cafe. We sat on the floor with only one candle on each table and a neon light. There were people from a lot of different countries. It had instruments so that anyone could play music. A lot of them did, and it was amazing. But they ended up making me sing. Anyways, I just fell in love with that place, so we ended up going there a second time. Totally worth it. We also went to Chandigarh, the capital city of the Punjab state. We visited the rock garden, which was awesome, and Sukna Lake, where we were watching the amazing sunset while paddling. And at night, we were invited to an engagement party. Amazing. On the other hand, I was lucky to be a part of AIESEC activities, as I participated in 2 global villages and an LTS where I got to meet new recruits and share my story with them. That motivated many of them to be global citizens themselves. Too bad I missed the RYLC, it was dope. That's one of the bad things about booking a round trip. I'll keep reminding myself not to do it ever again. Now to what I love the most about my AIESEC experience. People. India has a lot of diversity, but everyone is a love machine. It might be a poor country overall, but for me, richness is not about money. It's about love, and as of that, those were one of the best people I've ever met. On the night of my birthday, I was thrown a surprise birthday party by all the girls who lived in that house. Girls that I didn't know, but who were nice enough to be there and cheer me up to make up for the fact that I was spending my birthday away from home. That was so overwhelming. I made a whole lot of friends that I will never forget. Huda, Mani, Vishnu, Sunny, Saksham, Subhashini, Sagar, Leon, CJ, Heyman, Little Heyman, Shivam, Emmanuel, Ria, Sugandha, Bhavya, Harman, Ali, Siddhant, Samir, Karan, Vinay, Munish, Manu, Kiran, Jaspreet, Arshdeep, Vivek. And the list goes on and on. I may have had a hard time pronouncing or remembering the names at first, but now they sound so familiar, as if I've known them my whole life. Not to forget internationals, Alice, Howie, Gong, Catalina, Antonio, Francesca, Sang, Malek, Bowie. Awesome people. We had some memorable moments together. Even some of my students become some of my closest friends, although I had a hard time making them stop calling me ma'am. One more thing. Food. A lot of vegetarian stuff, but one word for it. If you know what and where to eat, yummy. What I also liked about every AIESEC meeting is without any doubt roll calls. I just love driving all the time. Oh, and how could I forget? I got to attend a typical Indian wedding. Thanks again, Harman. It was not a ceremony, it was a freaking festival. It was so amazing and so big it blew my mind. I realized I made a home out of a land thousands of miles away, and part of my soul is still there with my second family. From aimlessly hanging out in the city, to sleepless nights and bus stand dinners, to traveling to Ludhiana just to get a bigger water park, to late night movies, to lying on the grass at Niku Park, to spending hours in CCD, everything was perfect. I missed knowing that after my lectures I would meet everyone. I missed those unexpected laughters. I missed taking a rickshaw with Huda and just go run whatever errands we had, feeling like locals. I miss not caring about curfew and just spending the night out making memories. I miss those bike rides on the highway at 2 a.m. I miss teaching. I miss singing Indian songs without knowing the meaning of the lyrics. I miss those random moments that are now stuck in my head forever.
Where'd he go?
Those people right there completely changed my life perspective. I learned not to judge anyone, to accept whatever life offers, and to follow my dreams. I learned to be happy.